Okay, we're on Masechet Sotah, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Bet, second Mishnah in the first chapter of Masechet Sotah. So we learned in the last Mishnah, that in order for a woman to become a Sotah, it requires what's called Kinuy ustira. Kinuy, meaning the declaration that her husband was mikaneba, was, I guess, the word is jealous. He wasn't jealous of her necessarily, but he declared his jealousy. Ustira, and then seclusion, when she secludes herself with the other man. So how do you do that? The Mishnah says, Ketzad mikanela. How do you do Kinuy? So there he says, Amar la bifnei shnayim. If he said before two people, i.e. before two witnesses, Al tedabri imish ploni. I don't want you talking beside Jobab. V'dibraimo. And she spoke to him. Adayin him muteret lebeita. Umuteret le'achal b'truma. She is permitted lebeita to her husband and permitted to eat truma. Okay? So that's not, interestingly, the Mishnah says, how does he do Kinuy? And then he tells you right that he doesn't, that you don't do Kinuy. So something's missing. So the Gemara says, let's read the Bartenura. The Gemara mefarish matnitin hachi. So the Gemara explains this way. Hachi means this. This is how we explain the Mishnah. Amar la bifnei shnayim al tedabri v'dibra. He says before two witnesses, don't speak to side Jobab. And she spoke to him. Al tedabri. He said, don't speak to him. V'nistera. And then she entered into seclusion with him. V'lo klumhu. That's nothing. Ve'ina asura lo leba'ala v'lo letruma. And she's not prohibited to her husband, nor is she prohibited from eating truma if he's a Kohen. Amar la. But if he said more, and the Bartenura says even if she's a Bakman, whatever. Amar la. Al tisteri. But if he says al tisteri, this is Kinuy. Al tisteri. I don't want you going to seclusion with that man. V'dibra imo shelo b'seiter. And she spoke with him in public. Adayin muteret leba'ala. She's permitted to muteret le'achol b'truma imeshet kohen, and she can eat truma if he's a kohen. But if he said al tisteri, don't go in seclusion, nichnezai mo lebeit haseiter, and then she goes into seclusion, v'sha'ahata imo kedei tum'ah, and she waited with him the amount of time it would take for them to defile themselves, i.e. for them to sin, asura lebeita v'asura le'achol truma. Then she is asura lebeita. That's what the Mishnah says. So if he said al tedabri imi ploni v'dibraimo, don't speak, and she spoke with him, adayin muter lebeita, she's permitted. But if he said, the idea implication is if he said al tisturi nichnisa imo lebeit haseiter, and then she entered into seclusion b'sha'ata imo kedei tuma, and she waited with him, she was there in seclusion with him enough time for them to sin, asura lebeita. Then she is prohibited to her husband, okay, and she is prohibited from eating truma. She is now psula l'truma if he's a kohen, and the Bartenura says even if she's a kohen, if she's a bat kohen, not everybody agrees with that. Okay, b'shiur kedei truma, how long is that? Kedei litzlot beitat tarnegolet ulegama. The amount of time it would take to fry an egg, ulegama, to swallow it up, to eat it up. How long does it take to fry an egg and swallow it up? I don't know. Is the pot hot? Probably. Take a hot pan. Put the egg on, probably, and then eat it, a minute, maybe, okay? Asura, and then she's asura, if she's in with him for that long of a time, then she is considered a sotah, she has the din of a sotah, her husband is now prohibited to her. Ve'im, and if he dies, choletzet v'lo mityabemet, then there is no yubum, there's only chalitza, okay? Why? Because it says, it says about a woman, a man is divorcing a woman. Shematza ba'ed ervat davar, that if he found within her an ervat davar, a matter of erva, of impurity, v'yatza mi beito, v'alcha v'ayita li'ish acher. Okay, and then she goes out of from her husband, and she marries someone else. We learn the ish acher v'lo liyabam. She doesn't go to a yabam, meaning you don't do yibum if there's an ervat davar. And the possibility of sotah is an ervat davar, is a matter of erva, of sexual impropriety. We'll stop here, and as we always do, dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.